guys, it's me Dana again, and today I'm here with my attempt of a book review. Pretty recently I read My Sister, the Serial Killer by Oinkan Brightwhite, pardon if I'm mispronouncing, and I must admit I was pretty disappointed. Straight away, pardon for any mispronunciations during this whole video with the names of characters or whatsoever, but so the story is about our main character, Corey, who's secretly in love with this doctor that works at the hospital she works at, while dealing with and dealing and helping with her sister's murder secrets. While Corey finds comfort in pouring her heart out to this coma patient, her sister starts dating that mentioned doctor, and now Creed is a bit troubled and in fear of his health and life in general. This book was really easy to read due to the shortness of the chapters and the story itself. And don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of small chapters because in a way they motivate me to read even more. But I think that this book is a great example that you can keep those chapters short, but you should not sacrifice the story itself to make the book shorter and easier to read. So yeah, do go for short chapters, but make as many of them as you need for the story to be good and rich and full and the story lacked many of things. First of them being more on our main character, because it felt as if I didn't get enough information to really grow attached to her. And actually same goes with all of the characters all through this book. I really found those characters being empty, not empty, like they are lacking personalities. And on the same wave, I find another thing missing, and that would be the bond between those characters. Cordy's and Ayala's, the younger sisters, a relationship seemed to be unclear and really, not acknowledged, and especially compared to how well described the relationship where when it's written about them as when they were only children at a very young age, and reading that part you can read that the bond they have about the bond they have, read about the relationship, about the trust, about loyalty, whatever. And now on in the book it's really unclear and not really specified, if you can say it like that, not even mentioning the fact that there is no description whatsoever on how Cordy developed this love for the doctor she's working with. Like, what is the backstory there, or why should we love that character as well? All right, you describe him as a decent person, more or less, but if you don't really give us the reason to love this character, why would we feel and empathize with her fear of his life? And I don't know, I believe if I would have grown more attached to the person and found out more why she, for example, loves him or whatsoever, I think it would be more like, in the description of the book, this whole situation was like blown up to be this really big thing, like, oh no, the sister's now dating the doctor, what are we gonna do? And for me, during this book, it was like basically someone's telling me like, oh, the serial killer is dating that person, and like, oh, that person, oh, okay, cool then. Like, it doesn't really bring that much of an emotion. I think if I would have known more about the character or have the opportunity to get to know him, grow on him, let him grow on me, I guess that would be the correct way to use that phrase. I think I would be more aware, more scared perhaps for the character, more emotions regarding this. And there was also really no information about the doctor's relationship with Ayola, the sister, because I mean, alrighty then, so they are dating, I get that part, and then he's like, hey, Grady, look, I got her a ring. So he's about to propose to her, and so that is basically everything that we can get out of this book about their relationship. There's no details about Ayala's and the doctor's relationship in any way whatsoever. It's like they're dating, he's proposing, that's it. And then but that relationship must have been something if he's about to propose and so on. And I don't know, I really lacked information on that part of the story. Longing for more information about Ayola's past boyfriends also didn't leave me all through this book. And another question that never left my mind would be, how exactly did Korede find herself talking to this patient who's in coma? I mean, I get the idea of the situation being appealing, you know, like when you have a lot on your mind and a really heavy weight on your shoulder and you just want to talk with somebody and he's the perfect person to do so, I guess. But, you know, it doesn't really tell the story. How did they end up in the situation that they were in, you know? And since he is a part of the story, he is the character, and pretty important one in a way, so I just thought that it would be good if I would know more about him. And even if not being totally clear on how exactly the father died, well, that could be on me. I still would have loved to read more about Ayola, the sister, how exactly she got to be the way she is. I mean, I get the big thought that is in the book and so on, but I think, you know, there could have been more examples or more scenes of how it developed, because, you know, she wasn't this careless. She had more empathy a while back, so, you know, it's developing and it gets worse and so on, and it started at one point, and then we kind of go back to the point where I was telling that I would really love to hear way more about those past those previous boyfriends of hers. Alright, so pardon me if the angle of the camera just moved. So, in the end, I ended up giving this a book 2 out of 5 stars, and it left me reminding myself that just because everyone likes it and just because it is everywhere you go does not mean that it's necessarily gonna match your standards, but hopes or whatever you're gonna call them. Overall, I'd say it was a light, easy, short read that could have been made into a bigger, richer, well, story of better quality, but still something that can be pretty entertaining to read. So this is it for my super short review of the sister, my sister, the serial killer. And of course, I hope to see you rather sooner than later. Bye!